Trello, Notion, Asana. Lots of business owners wonder which project management tool is the best. I'm very partial to Monday.com and would even call myself a Monday evangelist. The truth is that no project management system really solves the problem business owners are trying to solve when they start using a project management tool. Hi, I'm Joanna, creator of the COO Lab and co founder of Millennial Marketer. I've spent decades helping visionary leaders bring their ideas into reality with simple systems and marketing best practices. On this channel, I'm going to help you build your operational leadership skills. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Today, we're talking about project management tools. I've seen it happen firsthand many times. A founder sees an online guru talking about how they need to implement some new project management tool because it will change their life. The licenses are purchased, the team gets onboarded, people start creating boards and tasks, and then it's chaos. There are 3 places tracking the status of the same thing, trackers built to map out the steps of projects that never get completed, and no one knows what to update, where, and who to tag when things are done. There are no best practices, no plans, and your team members who are excited about finally having some clarity and insight as to what was going on with the projects they were working on are left even more frustrated and confused than they were before. And for solopreneurs, it's not much different, except that you set up tasks you don't complete, can't remember where you put that task, and then make a new board to track the same thing and aren't any more productive. Most people start using project management tools because they want to calm the chaos of their business. They want to easily track the status of big projects, delegate tasks, and show up to work every day knowing what they need to prioritize. But the problem is, a project management tool is not your system. It helps you manage and track the systems you put into place. So before I help a client implement a project management tool, I first map out what they even want to track in the first place using these steps. Step 1. List the high-level projects and tasks you need to track. Step 2. Identify who is involved with each task. Step 3. Map out any tasks that are related to each other or affect another task. Step 4. Set up standard timelines or task cycles that make sense. Let's go through this process with a specific example. Brandon is a business coach and he is feeling frazzled by all of the tasks related to content creation and social media. He wants to send a weekly newsletter, post a weekly YouTube video, post regularly on social media, and set up emails for special events, promotions, and partnerships. He feels like his VA always gets the details of events mixed up and makes errors when posting, and his video editor never edits the videos on time, so he either has to skip posting or post a video that wasn't properly reviewed. He's tried hiring new video editors and VAs, but no one can seem to get his style. Often he feels like he should just do it himself. If I was working with Brandon, here's what we would do. First, we'd map out his big tasks: weekly newsletter, weekly YouTube video, daily social media posts, occasional email broadcasts. Then we'd identify who is involved. Brandon writes, schedules, and creates any graphics for the newsletter. His video editor edits the YouTube videos and creates short clips. And his VA creates thumbnails, titles, descriptions, and posts everything to YouTube. His VA handles social media posts, but Brandon wants to review those posts before they go out. And currently, he sends the email broadcasts out himself. He has a lot of ideas about what he wants to send, but rarely actually gets them to go out. Once we understand who is involved, we look at how those tasks are linked. In this case, everything mentioned in the newsletter could make multiple social media posts. And each week, Brandon would like to promote his YouTube video in that newsletter. So the YouTube video must be done in time to send. Email campaign promotion should go out on social, and those YouTube short clips should be repurposed on Instagram. In the last step, we set up standard timelines or task cycles that make sense. And this is when Brandon realizes why things have been so chaotic. It's because for this to work seamlessly with time for questions and review, he needs to be at least 1 week ahead of his team. Here's the schedule I would recommend they follow. It's a bit tight, but would work for a lean team that wants to be responsive to updates and trends. For Brandon, on Mondays, I would recommend he write his script for the next week's YouTube video that's going to be posted. I'd also have him approve all social posts. So this means that we would be looking at social posts from Wednesday to Tuesday. Since he's approving Monday, we don't want to be scrambling on Monday for those last minute social posts. So I would have him focus on a social schedule of Wednesday to Tuesday, so on Monday he can approve everything for that following cycle. On Tuesday, he would film the next week's YouTube video, and then on Thursdays, he would write next week's email broadcasts and newsletter. His VA would have all of the social posts prepped for that Wednesday to Tuesday schedule by Monday morning. And then on Thursday, they would post the weekly YouTube video and send out that newsletter. The video editor would have any revisions due for the video that's going to be posted that week due on Tuesday. And then the first draft of the one for the week after would be due on Friday. So this schedule will help people know exactly what is happening when and when their various items are due. I'd also add in a weekly team content meeting every single Monday afternoon, where all three of them would get together, go over the content calendar, and make sure they're on the same page for everything that's happening. And again, it's really important to focus on that Wednesday to Tuesday cycle so that on Monday, you're not talking about Monday's posts, Monday's emails, Monday's videos. You're actually talking ahead to the future of the next cycle. I'm going to walk through how I would set this up in Monday.com to track and keep everything organized. So this is a Monday board that I have broken down into a couple of different sections. So we have our main documents and to-dos, we have our email calendar, our YouTube calendar, and our social calendar at the end. At the very bottom, we'll talk about this later, I have a complete section. This is where everything that is done will be held so you can reference it at any time. Across the rows, I have different labels that are going to help us keep track of things. We've got a person column, which will designate who's responsible for that item, a status that will let everyone know what the status of that project is. I created custom status here for in progress, ready for video editor, ready for review, ready to publish, scheduled, done, and stuck. I really like having that stuck label on a project management tool because, as you know, sometimes something gets stuck. Something happens out of your control that you didn't account for, but you don't want to forget you want to get that project done. So it can get marked stuck until it can be unstuck. I have the publish date for the different posts and pieces, a place to hold any files related to that particular project. If you're tracking your content pillars in your content strategy, I have a label here so you can add the content pillar that you're focused on. This will help you visually so that you make sure you're varying your content pillars and not only posting about the same thing. Finally, I have a platform column that will let everyone know where that's going, whether it's email, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or any other locations that you might be posting to. At the top here for documents and to-dos, I like to keep track of all of the different things that people might need to reference in order to do their job. So think branding guidelines, your content research, your overall content strategy, anything that's going to help your team easily reference things so they're not having to text you or ask you where documents are. I've also posted the team schedule here so everybody can easily pop open and look at what their jobs are and when things are due. We have our email calendar outlining what emails are going out and when. And inside, I've created a little checklist so that you know the steps that have to be done. For the YouTube calendar, you see the same thing, and this checklist has multiple people involved. So we can designate who's responsible for what in the checklist, whether it's scripting the video, filming the video, editing, or creating those short clips. And then next, the social calendar, which holds all of the different pieces that are getting posted out throughout social media. Inside this board, I've created a couple of automations that are going to help the team communicate. This is set up so that when the status of an item changes to ready for video editor, it notifies me, the video editor. And what's great about Monday is you can really customize what that notification says. So this notification uses some liquid fields to say item's name from items group is item status. It says, please edit the video, make short clips, add the review links in Monday.com, and then mark the item ready to review. So it's telling that video editor every single time what the expectations are for them to take that forward. Another automation we have set up is so that when a status changes to ready for review, it notifies Brandon. That way, when one of his team members has something done and it's ready for him to look at, he gets a notification to go into Monday and look at it. His little notification tells him to provide feedback or to move the item to ready for publish. The next automation that I want to look at is the one for ready to publish. So when the status changes to ready for publish, we are going to notify Megan, the VA. Depending on what type of content it is, what she does next might be different. So I put that in the notification so it's easy for her to know what to do. So if it's a social post or YouTube video, it's time to get it scheduled. If it's an email, then Megan should take that content and put it into the social calendar as different social posts. The last automation that I have set up is to move anything that's done to the complete section. So I love doing this because then there's a full bank of everything that you've ever done. You can look back at what you've done. You can easily copy and redo those posts if it makes sense to repurpose that content down the road. And you've got this whole history of what you've posted, what you've emailed, and what you've created. Before implementing this system, Brandon needs to share the new schedule with his team, schedule the weekly Monday team meeting, and review how he wants everyone to use Monday. It would probably be a good idea to skip a week of content so that he can get a week ahead and start the system fresh. Then Brandon needs to model how he and his team should use Monday. This means he needs to stop texting his video editor questions about when she'll finish the draft. If it's overdue, he should ask in Monday. Instead of telling his VA about all of his social post ideas, he can now share them in the Monday meeting and have her enter them in Monday.com during the call. If a team member texts him something or doesn't follow the system, a simple, "Hey, can you put that in Monday?" will help redirect the team member and get them used to using the system. When I managed a corporate marketing team, I used to say, if it's not in Monday, it doesn't exist. If you'd like to set up a system in your business and want help going through the process with me, find the link below to book a systems strategy call. I can help you map out your systems and sketch out a board in Monday.com. As always, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe for more operational leadership tips from the COO Lab.